The Lockheed P-38 Lightning didn't just look different, it looked like it came from another planet. Twin booms stretching back like a spaceship, counter-rotating props, and a sleek central pod that screamed future of air combat. No wonder both Allies and Axis pilots stared in disbelief the first time they saw one. But looks can deceive. Beneath the futuristic silhouette, the Lightning carried hidden flaws that nearly grounded its potential, at least in Europe. One problem was deadly: compressibility. In high-speed dives, the P-38 would suddenly lock its nose downward as shockwaves built across its wings and tail. Pilots described the stick as frozen solid. More than a few never pulled out in time. Lockheed eventually solved it with dive recovery flaps on later models, but by then, the Lightning had a reputation. Fast, but unforgiving. Then there was maneuverability. Compared to agile single-engine fighters, the P-38 rolled sluggishly. In a tight dogfight, it simply couldn't twist and turn with nimble opponents. Add to that the twin engines, powerful but temperamental. The Allison V1710 turbos hated Europe's cold, often misfiring, detonating, or just breaking down altogether. Worst of all, losing one engine threw the aircraft into a violent spin of asymmetric thrust. For a rookie pilot, that meant disaster. Even the cockpit made life miserable. Poor heating left pilots shivering and frostbitten at altitude, while maintenance crews complained the Lightning demanded far more hours of work than any other U.S. fighter. So with all these headaches, how did the P-38 become the chosen weapon of America's top two aces, Richard Bong and Thomas McGuire? The answer lies in its strengths. Up front, the Lightning packed 4.50 caliber machine guns and a 20mm cannon, all mounted in the nose. No convergence needed. Wherever the pilot aimed, all guns hit the same spot. For sharpshooters like Bong and McGuire, that meant brutal accuracy, especially during deflection shots. Then came its range. With over 400 gallons of internal fuel and the option for drop tanks, the P-38 could fly more than 2,000 miles, farther than any other U.S. fighter early in the war. In the Pacific, that was priceless. It could escort bombers deep into enemy territory, or sweep island chains without relying on forward bases. And unlike Europe's freezing skies, the warmer Pacific air worked in the Lightning's favor. Engines ran smoother, icing wasn't an issue, and Japanese aircraft, fast but fragile, were the perfect prey for the P-38's firepower. Pilots in the Pacific also had something Europe rarely allowed: freedom. Instead of flying rigid escort formations, Bong and McGuire often hunted in pairs or small groups. They fought to the Lightning's strengths: boom and zoom strikes, hit-and-run ambushes, and flexible tactics that maximized its speed, firepower, and stability as a gun platform. Yes, one engine could make the plane a nightmare, but it could also save lives. Many P-38s limped home on one engine when any single-engine fighter would have gone down in flames. By the end of the war, Bong and McGuire together racked up more than 70 confirmed kills, the two highest-scoring American fighter aces of all time. So, was the P-38 a failure? Only if you judged it in the wrong place. In Europe's cold skies against advanced German interceptors, the Lightning struggled. But in the Pacific, where range, firepower, and endurance decided survival, it was devastating. The Lockheed P-38 Lightning was no perfect machine. It was flawed, demanding, even dangerous at times. But in the right theater, with the right pilots, it transformed into something greater. An aircraft that changed the air war and earned its place in history as a flawed masterpiece.